In a sun-drenched, miniature-style bedroom, where tiny furniture cast long afternoon shadows, sat Barnaby the teddy bear. Perched high on his shelf was Button Eyes that saw everything. He watched his best friend, a young child with rosy cheeks, carefully tuck away a special treasure. It was a glass jar, shimmering with a rainbow of colorful candies, each one a tiny jewel of sweetness. The child placed it on a high dresser, a secret only they and Barnaby knew, before scampering out of the room to play. From his vantage point, Barnaby's stitched smile seemed to widen. He felt the warmth of his owner's trust, a cozy feeling that filled his fluffy stuffing. The room settled into a quiet hum, the dust motes dancing in the golden light, and the candy jar gleamed, a beacon of sugary promise. As moonlight streamed through the window, painting the room in shades of silver and blue, the house fell silent. The rhythmic breathing of the sleeping child was the only sound. For Barnaby, however, the night was just beginning. Driven by a curiosity he couldn't contain, he began his slow, careful descent. He wiggled to the edge of the shelf, his soft paws finding purchase on a stack of books, and then slid down the smooth wooden leg of a tiny chair, landing with a soft thud on the plush rug. He stood for a moment, his gaze fixed on the dresser across the room. The candy jar called to him, with the determination only a teddy bear on a mission can have. He scrambled up the dresser drawers, using the knobs as footholds, until he finally reached the top. There it was, the jar of wonders. Twisting the lid with his fabric paws, he popped it open. He only meant to have one, just a single taste. But one candy led to another, and soon the jar was completely empty, leaving only a sticky residue and a very full teddy bear. The next morning, sunlight filled the room once more, but the cheerful atmosphere was quickly broken. The child, eager for a morning treat, ran to the dresser, their face lighting up in anticipation. But their smile faded as they lifted the jar, discovering it was empty. A look of deep sadness washed over their face, their shoulders slumping in disappointment. They looked around the room, confused and hurt. High on the shelf, back in his usual spot, Barnaby watched the scene unfold. A heavy feeling, unfamiliar and uncomfortable, settled in his fluffy chest. It was guilt. Seeing the sadness in his friend's eyes, caused by his own secret feast, made his own Button Eyes feel droopy. His stitched smile felt like a frown, and he wished he could turn back time, leaving the colorful candies untouched in their glassy home. He had traded a moment of sweetness for his friend's happiness, and it felt like a terrible bargain. Unable to bear his friend's sorrow any longer, Barnaby knew what he had to do. He wiggled until he tumbled from the shelf, landing with a soft bump on the floor to get the child's attention. The child looked down, surprised to see Barnaby there. With a determined shuffle, Barnaby led them to a quiet corner under the bed, a place where he kept his own secret treasures. He nudged a small, forgotten box forward with his nose. Inside, nestled on a bed of soft cotton, was his personal collection, an array of shiny, colorful buttons of all shapes and sizes, each one a memory, a tiny gem he had collected over the years. He pushed the box towards the child, a silent offering, his Button Eyes pleading for forgiveness. A slow smile spread across the child's face as they understood. They didn't need the candies, they just needed their friend. Scooping Barnaby up, They gave him a big, warm hug, and in that embrace, Barnaby knew that friendship, honesty, and a heartfelt apology were sweeter than any candy in the world.